Big business is going big on blockchain, at least according to a new report from Deloitte. They talked to 1,000 different blockchain savvy executives from across a range of professions and industries, and the results of those conversations were very interesting indeed. We're going to be breaking down some of the key numbers from that report. But before we do jump into that, I just want to give you a quick note for anyone based in the UK or the European Union. Binance has just launched a new exchange called Binance.Jersey, which allows you to buy and sell Bitcoin and Ethereum using British pounds or euros. There's a link down below if you want to go ahead and get signed up for that. Now let's dig into some of these statistics. So 95% of the companies surveyed stated that their company plans to invest in blockchain technology in 2019. That is massive. 95% want to invest in blockchain technology, with 16% of the company executives surveyed saying that they're planning on investing $10 million or more into blockchain technology in 2019. That is a lot of money. And this is just a sampling of companies. Remember, 1,000 different executives from different companies, professions, etc. What about the wider world? Companies outside of those 1,000 companies? I'm sure that you'd find some very interesting statistics there as well. One thing that is worth noting, though, in that 95% of companies that are interested in investing in blockchain technology this year, that 16% of American executives who were surveyed said that they have no investment in blockchain technology planned. Really curious to see the USA kind of a bit behind the curve on the idea of adopting blockchain technology. On to our next statistic, 84% believe that blockchain technology is broadly scalable and will eventually achieve mainstream adoption. This is coming from business owners. So for all the people out there who say blockchain's never going to scale, no one's ever going to use this technology, here is 84% of executives saying that yes, they will. It is going to scale, it is going to be used, it is going to hit mainstream adoption. That's amazing to see that kind of a number. 68% of the executives polled also believe that they will lose a competitive advantage if they don't implement blockchain technology. That is also very fascinating because we were talking about country FOMO last week. The idea of business FOMO, that's also going to be a very real driver. And all these things are coming together at the same time. Countries potentially exploring the idea of getting into crypto as a reserve asset. Businesses looking to get into blockchain technology and crypto. And we're going to talk about blockchain versus crypto here in a moment. But that they see that they have to do it or they're going to lose the competitive advantage to the guy next door. That kind of competition will be very good for the overall industry. And this one is a bit of a shocker. 59% believe that blockchain will disrupt their industry. Damn, that is a big number. And yes, blockchain technology is going to disrupt a lot of industries. And you see why now that 70% believe that they need to have this as a competitive advantage. If 60% of companies believe that blockchain technology is going to disrupt their industry, and there are so many industries that are totally ready for disruption. And blockchain technology, it's still at its early stages. We're still working through a lot of the growing pains and the kinks and all these things, but it's coming, it's happening. And the smart executives know, holy cow, if we don't get on top of this, we're going to be disrupted. We're going to be left behind. And to anyone who thinks that's never going to happen, just look at the CD industry. Sure, there's someone out there who still buys CDs somewhere, I guess, or the vinyl record industry. There are some niche people who like a bit of vinyl. But in general, those industries have been totally ravaged by the MP3. People just listen to music online. You don't need to have a CD or a vinyl record anymore. The CD industry might not have ever even seen it coming, but then it happened and it was over. Just like that, almost overnight, you had an industry erased. This is going to happen to a lot of industries moving into the future. Industries that you never thought would be disrupted will be disrupted massively. And the company executives know it. That's the interesting thing. They know it and they want to be ahead of the curve. They want to find ways to not be disrupted out of their business, to disrupt themselves. That is the real key. Can you disrupt yourself, or will someone else disrupt you and kill your business? Very interesting statistic, that one. Although 39% of the respondents did view blockchain as being overhyped. Listening to some people, you will think that blockchain is the new coming of Jesus or something like this. It's not quite that. Blockchain has got a lot of amazing applications and use cases, but at the same time, blockchain will not solve all of the world's problems. It can certainly go a long way towards solving quite a few of them, which is amazing as a tool. If we can increase efficiencies and all these different things by even a few percentage points, that's amazing in of itself. But the fact that it's going to do much more than a few percentage points is really big indeed. The executives who were most interested in it by industry, the automotive industry, 73%, oil and gas industry, 72%, and life sciences, 72%, being the most bullish on blockchain technology. 84% of executives polled expect blockchain to provide more security than conventional IT systems. And the security case is indeed very strong with blockchain. Just look at how many hacks have happened over the last, let's say, 10 years. Unbelievable amounts of personal data has been leaked on the internet. Unbelievable amounts of money has been lost, etc., etc., etc. Hacks just keep happening. Blockchain offers a more secure solution to all of this. 32% of executives expect greater speed. 28% are looking for new revenue models, and only 2% perceive no significant advantage of blockchain over existing systems. That's very significant in of itself. 43% surveyed view blockchain as a critical strategic priority for their organization. It is the next big thing. This is the equivalent of saying, well, we don't need to have a website or use the internet or get computers at our business. It is a critical strategic priority for their organizations. In the same way that the internet was, and the companies who were able to adopt that and run with it and thrive in that environment did very well. The ones who made crap projects, or the ones who simply never adopted it or were very late to adopting it, missed out on a lot of the advantages. Unsurprisingly, regulatory issues present the greatest barrier to further investment in blockchain technology, according to 39% of those who were asked. That's crazy. 39% of the executives see regulations as being their biggest barrier to continuing investment into cryptocurrencies. That might go back to why we see in the US that 16% have no plan on investing in blockchain, because of the regulatory issues that we see in the US with government shutdowns and the SEC and the CFTC and all this BS going on, where other countries are offering much clearer paths forward. 37% of executives are more concerned with the actual implementation of the technology, citing things like lack of in-house understanding of how to implement blockchain technology. That was 28%, by the way, or that there's no compelling application of the technology, 22%. I think there are a lot of compelling applications of the technology, but that none of those have really grown massively yet in their adoption. We can talk about things like supply chain and land registry and digital ID, etc., etc. Lots of use cases, lots of applications, but no killer application in any of those yet in terms of something that's got millions of users. But the investment opportunity will be being there before something has millions of users. 45% of companies are considered to be likely to join a blockchain consortium with competitors, while 29% are already part of a blockchain consortium. Think of that. Of those 1,000 executives, 290 of the companies are already part of a blockchain consortium. It's already happening. Another 45% are thinking about joining again a consortium with competitors. 52% of companies are focused on permissioned blockchains. There is no surprise there. We will see a lot of permissioned blockchains within companies, so that's not surprising. But 44% are prioritizing public blockchains, and 44% are looking at also private blockchains. So some of these numbers are overlapping a little bit, but very interesting to see that 44% of executives are looking at, Bitcoin or Ethereum or one of the other big platforms. So you're going to actually see the reason for the overlap is that we're going to see a bit of all of this happening. You will see certain implementations happening on a permissioned blockchain, right? Certain implementations will be happening on a public blockchain. There will be different use cases for different things. Maybe you want some kind of internal accounting system that you don't want everyone else seeing, but then you want to send value to other companies, for example. Then that'll become the public blockchain. That'll be all put on Ethereum as an example. So this is what's actually going to drive value in the crypto industry. Because I know a lot of you up to this point thought, well, yeah, but all these companies are just going to do their own blockchain thing. It's not really going to affect the markets. And there's going to be a bit of that. Without a doubt, there are going to be a lot of companies that don't really do very much in terms of buying Bitcoin or Ethereum or anything like that. But there will be a lot of companies that will, because the use case for public blockchain is very real. The use case for that value transfer is very real, and companies recognize that. They can see that. Some of the biggest use cases they're looking at: supply chain, Internet of Things, digital identity. A lot of that has very strong value on public blockchains in particular. So maybe there's some use for the private blockchain on some of those things, but again, public blockchains will see a lot of use. And big businesses, imagine all the businesses in the world, all the big businesses in the world, even just the top 1,000 businesses in the world. Let's just assume that 44% of the world's top 1,000 businesses start using Bitcoin and Ethereum on a regular basis. What do you think that's going to do for the price? What do you think that's going to do for adoption? That's massive. Massive beyond belief. Now, the United States is lagging behind overall, especially behind the other nations, particularly which are polled: China, Canada, Germany. China, we're seeing 49%, Mexico 48%, really leading the way with blockchain implementation currently, whereas the USA only 14% currently. Again, we go back to that idea of regulatory concerns probably holding back a lot of American executives from getting more into blockchain technology, particularly into public crypto assets like Bitcoin or Ethereum. The report from Deloitte finishes up: while blockchain is not quite ready for prime time yet, it is getting closer to its breakout moment every day. The report states the momentum is shifting from a focus on learning and exploring the potential of the technology to identifying and building practical business applications. Go back to when the internet started. If you could go back to when the internet started and invest in companies that became the big things, if you could get in at that early stage, that's what we have right now with cryptocurrencies. Yes, there'll be companies that won't need the crypto assets themselves. They'll be using blockchain technology in of itself without the crypto assets. But you're going to have a lot of companies which are going to be using these public blockchains for a wide range of uses. This is going to be the new internet of value. This is going to be the future of the web. Cryptocurrencies are going to be playing a very strong part in that. The crypto markets are just this powder keg ready to blow. We have institutional investors coming in. We have better infrastructure than we've ever had before for the crypto industry. Businesses are using blockchain technology. Businesses are investing in blockchain technology. Very exciting times ahead. But hey, those are just my 2 Satoshis on this Deloitte report. You will let me know your opinion on it down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching today's video. You guys are super awesome, and I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come over here and watch this video. If you enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up on it. If you're new around here, subscribe to the channel. If you want to know when I put out a new video, hit the notification bell down below. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.